He's been targeted more times than any president in modern history, and this week it happened again. Iran, the same regime that's been trying to erase Donald Trump since the 2020, just got caught planning another move. Israeli intelligence tipped off the U.S. This is real, it's active, and it's happening right now. But that's only half of tonight's story, because while Trump is dodging bullets, literally, the case against the man accused of murdering his close ally, Charlie Kirk, just hit a moment nobody expected. A test that was supposed to seal the conviction came back, and the prosecutor showed some video of Tyler Robinson's lover, his boyfriend. Now, this is going to change a lot of things. We've got two stories, one thread connecting them, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why Trump's enemies keep failing and why the system trying to deliver justice for Charlie Kirk might be stumbling or might be winning at the worst possible time. Let's get into it. Before we do that, hit the like and subscribe, and let's go. So let's start with Iran, because this isn't some vague rumor floating around online. This is coming from Israeli intelligence shared directly with the United States. According to reporting from John Solomon at Just the News, the Wall Street Journal also has this, Israel warned American officials that Iran has developed a new plan to take Trump down. It might explain him flying both Air Force Ones halfway around the globe and flying home in different ones. So this is not an old plot. This is a new one, and the timing isn't random. This comes right after the funeral of Iran's former supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. And I'm going to show you some footage at the funeral that is going to blow your mind. But let's get into this article here from Just the News, John Solomon. Israeli officials shared intelligence with the United States regarding an alleged attempt, a plot against Donald Trump on Thursday, which come amid renewed tension with the Middle East. Right now, the United States military is shellacking the Middle East. They are just running rampant, unfettered across there with, I think last night there were over 200 airstrikes. Now, the details of the plot were not immediately clear. The Israeli embassy in Washington has declined to comment to the Wall Street Journal, but the White House referred the outlet to comments that the president made on Wednesday. And he said, quote, "They want to take us out. They want to take out the U.S. leader, me." Trump said that on his way back from Turkey. He says, "I'm on every list I saw this morning. I'm on every single one of their lists. And so far, I guess I've been a little bit lucky. But that maybe doesn't last very long." The president is foreshadowing as to what Iran is capable of. Now, there's some other pressure that is being put on Iran, not from the United States. It's coming from China. China is demanding that Iran follow through on U.S. peace deal, signaling frustration with Hormuz. In those airstrikes conducted last night, the United States hit some train lines. Those train lines led through Turkmenistan to China. So they've cut off more supply lines for oil, and China gets most of their oil from Iran. So not only is the United States military really shutting down Iran's capabilities, but they're also shutting down the customer that keeps Iran funded. And that's an interesting situation. So there's more pressure coming in from both sides. What I want to show you here is this is at the Ayatollah Khamenei funeral. And this is where it gets interesting and really where I believe it comes more evident how much Trump is hated by the IRGC. This is footage from the funeral. I won't subject you to that, but it's interpreted into, we want revenge. And the revenge they want is for their supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. And at the funeral, the crowds weren't just mourning. They were chanting for revenge. Banners went up in the streets calling for Trump's outright death. Thousands of people out in the open demanding it. Now, here's the part that should stop you for a second. This is not the first time Iran has come after Trump, not the second, not even the third. Back in March, the Pentagon confirmed They tracked down and eliminated the leader of the Iranian unit responsible for an earlier plot against him. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said back then that Iran tried to take out Trump and Trump got the last laugh. That same month, the federal jury convicted an Iranian intelligence operative, an actual IRGC agent who traveled into the U.S. with a mission to arrange to take out Trump. He met with what he thought were hired guns. They were actually undercover agents. He never stood a chance, and just weeks before that, a Pakistani national was convicted for working with Iran on a separate plan to go after Trump and other top officials, a case that played out at the exact moment the U.S. and Iran were sliding into open conflict. I'm going to show you a different clip here, some other footage of this funeral, and this is from Fars News. I won't subject you to what they're saying, but more importantly, look at the signs. The signs are written in English. It's not for the people there. They probably don't even know who the hell or what is written on there. But it says $100 million reward, kill Trump, Netanyahu, Pete Hegseth, and Dan Kane. Dan Raising Kane, the Joint Chiefs of Staff chairman. So they know exactly what they're doing. They know who the targets are. And like I said, I'm not going to play the clip. We wouldn't understand any of the gibberish that they're saying anyway. There's more. This is a banner that was at Khamenei's funeral in Mashhad. Just a small little thing, right? But notice it's all printed in English. Is this some kind of George Soros-funded operation? Neville Roy Singham? We don't know yet, but it's starting to make sense that this is all for propaganda. It's all for news media here in the United States, and it's also to probably incite some of the people that are here in the United States that got here illegally from Iran. Now, here's another banner that's posted outside. It looks like that's on an overpass. And there you go, the call to prayer, $100 million reward. $100 million reward. Looks like some Ayatollah here. I mean, can it be any more obvious what they're wanting to do? Now, on the heels of this last night, and this is where I think it's getting more expensive for Iran, $100 million is a drop in the bucket on the amount of money that they're actually losing to the closure. And they're, this is just minutes ago. More United States airstrikes in Hafez, Bandar Abbas, the Hormozgan province, and Baluchistan. Sounds like a peaceful place. I'm sure they're giving away some vacations there. Now, this is an interesting one here. Those little mosquito boats, the speed boats that they're very, popular with. Now the United States military is targeting these mosquito boats. So every day that airstrikes are conducted by the United States, it gets more expensive. So when you add it up, this isn't just a one-off headline. This is a pattern. Iran has tried and failed and tried again. And every single time, Trump has walked away untouched. He's a cat with 9 lives. I think he's got about 3 left. But here's the question nobody's asking. How long does that streak hold, and what happens the day it doesn't? We'll come back to that, because right now there's a second story unfolding, one a lot closer to home. This is the big story happening right here in the United States. It's out in Utah. Lance Twiggs describes his lover, Tyler Robinson's behavior in confession, because Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump had very similar paths. Some people think that Charlie Kirk could have been a future president. Now, I'm not saying that that is the reason that Charlie Kirk was taken out. I'm not saying Iran had anything to do with that, even though I wouldn't put it past this regime. A lot of people say that Lance Twiggs has, given the goods away in a video here, and I'll play this for you, of an interview of Lance Twiggs right after partner was arrested.
And did he talk about what he had done?
Didn't go into detail. I just asked him in person if what he said was true the night before, and he said it was. started crying a little bit and said he wishes he hadn't done it.
Evidence. This is a court exhibit that was given. And the more information that comes out about this, the more likely it is that this Tyler Robinson is going to be convicted. Okay? That's just what I'm seeing personally. Are these stories between Donald Trump's multiple attempts by Iran connected to Charlie Kirk? I can't directly connect these stories, but we see the rise of Charlie Kirk. He is a political figure. He carried a lot of weight. Many people say the reason Donald Trump was elected was because of the efforts from Turning Point USA. Donald Trump is in office. Iran is suffering financially. China is suffering financially. A lot of countries around the world are suffering financially. The United States is benefiting from all of this. So connecting the dots on the two is not a real stretch. It's not hard to imagine that the same people that wanted to get rid of Charlie Kirk could also want to get rid of Donald Trump. Now, there is evidence that's just saying, Tyler or Lance, whatever his name is, worked alone. He operated independently, and this was just because of some statements that Charlie Kirk had made about the whole gender things. I'm going to show you some more footage here of this funeral for the Ayatollah Khamenei. The one thing that I find ironic, and they pointed out here, Khamenei gets hit by the U.S., then his coffin gets escorted in American armored Chevrolets. You can't make this up. Which is really funny. The irony here is pretty thick. Now, scenes at Khomeini's funeral are getting out of hand. His body was reportedly pulled from a portable freezer in this bizarre public display. I believe that the people would be doing this are probably not Khomeini supporters. You can see there they're pulling what looks like a coffin out. Is that the Ayatollah Khomeiни's coffin? I don't know. Were they planning to do some sort of vandalism? Looks like some people are hitting on it. Maybe they're just wanting to touch it. That's for you to decide. We're going to be following both of these stories very closely. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share this content out so we can reach further audiences and keep them apprised of what's happening in the Middle East and here at home. God bless America, and I'll see you in the next one.